Everyone, my name is Nicole Kristal. I am an occupational therapist at Emerge Pediatric Therapy, here to talk to you today about a skill called co-regulation. Co-regulation is the interaction, the warm and responsive interactions between caregivers and their children, which are providing the coaching, modeling, and support that children need to be able to understand their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and then adjust or modulate those thoughts, feelings, and behaviors accordingly. So co-regulation is referring to that interaction between caregiver and child. Before we can fully understand co-regulation, it's important to talk about self-regulation, because the idea of co-regulation is that it's actually serving as a foundational starting point or building block for the later skill of self-regulation, which is really when one is starting to be able to manage their own thoughts and feelings in a way that allows for goal-directed behaviors to follow. So co-regulation is really establishing the building blocks for the skill of self-regulation. Here are some general things that will help you build co-regulation into your relationship with your child. And while co-regulation really starts in infancy, it's a skill that develops and continues to develop across childhood. So you're never too late to start serving as a co-regulator to your child and working on that nurturing, warm relationship with your child. So here are some ways that co-regulation really begins to develop, and some tips for you to do at home. One is providing a warm, responsive relationship that's filled with care and affection. This is going to teach your child that you are there for them, that their needs can be trusted in your hands, and that you're responsive to their needs. This really is what children need to experience in order to build into self-regulation skills. There are some environmental structures that you can put into place to help co-regulation happen. In general, predictable routines and structure can be really helpful in supporting co-regulation. We want the environment to feel physically and emotionally safe for children. When we build in those predictable routines into our day, children develop a sense of security and know what to expect in any given scenario. We can also teach and coach some self-regulation skills by directly modeling how to respond in a given number of scenarios. We can directly teach these skills through a variety of means. Here at Emerge, we use a curriculum called the Zones of Regulation. That's just one example of a tool that can be used to help teach the language that is shared and beneficial for children to understand self-regulation. Doing a lot of natural commenting and modeling of your children's emotional responses, tuning into what you're observing on their faces, and providing real-time feedback is going to really help build some self-regulation language into your day. So for example, being able to say, oh, I see that your eyebrows are pointed down and your body is clenched really tight. I'm wondering if you're feeling angry. And then you can follow by modeling a strategy that you might use when you feel angry. This is part of that co-regulation symbiotic relationship. As the caregiver, you're offering some regulation strategies and support to your child, likely when they are dysregulated. You're being able to offer tools that have been helpful in your own journey to your child in that moment. And speaking of your own journey as caregivers, part of co-regulation is you, the caregiver. And so tuning into your own dysregulation, right? If your child is dysregulated, it is very natural and it's a very human response that when someone in front of me is dysregulated, I might have an emotional reaction to that. And I think it's important to honor and acknowledge those reactions, acknowledge how that's where you're feeling that in your body and what kind of emotions you are experiencing, and choosing strategies for yourself in that moment to help you self-regulate so that you can come back to that interaction and continue to provide that warm and safe experience for your child, and that you can continue to respond to your child with compassion. None of us can respond in compassion when we are ourselves dysregulated. So for caregivers, it's important that you tune in with your own regulation needs in those moments. And then once you are regulated, you can practice empathizing with your child, mirroring what you're seeing on their face back to them. These are ways that your child is going to be naturally sort of non-verbally even learning from you how to regulate when times become stressful for them. So if you'd like to learn more about co-regulation, or if you feel like your child would benefit from some therapeutic support in learning some of these skills, please feel free to reach out to us at Emerge Pediatric Therapy. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon.